Hello there and welcome to my YouTube channel, Julie McNeil Crafts. So today I am going over the latest JMC designs release. I have got a fan in the background, by the way. I am recording in the loft, which is currently like an oven because it's so warm, so I do have a fan on. So if that's been picked up, I am really sorry, but I don't know how to cope without it. Anywho, back to the latest release. This was released yesterday. I'm sorry I didn't upload when I should have. All my girls did an amazing job, so do check out what they have done with this collection, and let me just introduce you to it. So this is the Ocean Fashionistas. So this was one of these collections that I drew it and thought, Julia, what on earth? Your head is one crazy place. So yeah, so basically we have lots of girls with a sort of seaside theme. So rather than do mermaids like normal people, yeah, I've done actual people but dressed up in crazy outfits. So anyway, this is Sandy Shell, so she's got her shell dress there, and then we've got some little starfish and some little sort of barnacle thingies, and she's holding a beautiful shell, and then we've kind of got a shell hat, and then her hair like that. So that is Sandy Shell. This one is Cassie Coral, and I adore her. So this is I tried to like draw like the coral reef, so we've got the sort of like spooky ones there, we've got little starfish, and then the corally effects. So I was just looking at lots of pictures of corals and trying to imitate the shapes of those, and then we've got a little bit of coral in her hair as well. So this is a Cassie Coral. This is the one where I thought I'd absolutely lost the plot. This is Jelly Maid Jane. So we have the mermaid tail as part of her dress, and then her skirt is a jellyfish, and then she's got a little shell around her neck, and again we've got those sort of barnacle-y things in her hair and this sort of seaweed element in her hair as well. So this is Jelly Maid Jane. And then finally we have Tiffany Turtle. I love her, she is so cute, and then she's holding a cute little turtle. So some of the team have been teaming them up with the Ocean Dreams stamp set. So sorry, I've got a pile of stuff that's about to fall over. So I also have these in my stamp sets. So we've got Ollie Octopus, and we have Ocean Dreams. So we have these little collections, and some of the bits and pieces make nice add-ons. And I also have like a mixed media kit on my website where you've got MDF from Samantha K, some flowers and bits and bobs that would also be beautifully with it, so do feel free to check the website out. So anyway, that's the girls, and then as always, so you can buy those individually at $2.99 each, or you can buy the bundle for $12.50, which includes all 4 girls and then their accessories. So we've got a very glamorous shoe, some lipstick, handbag, and all of these have got this sort of mermaid scales there, and we've got 2 different types of shell, and then like a swirl with a starfish and some of the barnacle bits and bobs as well. So that's the accessories. And then finally we have the sentiments. So it's just one lot of sentiments. I've printed it out 4 times accidentally on paper that I should be using for labels. See, it's labels for posting, but never mind, I suppose it's now on a sticker sheet. So we've got see you at the beach, you can't stop the waves but you can learn to surf, life is too short to wear boring clothes, beach hair don't care, stay wild ocean child, high tides good vibes, make some waves, forget the rules, if you like it wear it, and seize the day. So we've got different sea and fashion themed sentiments. So I have pulled this piece of paper out, which I have used this stencil on and put modelling paste through it for part of a Facebook Live, so it was sort of like the pre-prepped version. So I'm just going to grab some colouring mediums. What have we got? We've got some paint just to hand. And then I was also thinking that I will actually really fancy to get my brushos out for this. Yeah, let's go and play with some brushos. Okay, so I have got my brushos. These are really fun because they break into different colours. So I quite often talk about primary colours and secondary colours, and I think this is where you see it. So leaf green is made out of various blues and yellows. So they've mixed all of that together and you will see all the different various components that make up leaf green burst apart. So at the minute that's going on and it looks orange, but when we spray some water on it looks completely different. And I love brushes because you have no idea what you're going to get. But it's always fabulous. So I've got turquoise. So again, turquoise is on the bluish side of, on the greenish side of blue. So you will find that you'll have the blue, but you'll also have components of yellow. And that's what I love about brushes. They break out into the individual components, which is just cool. At the minute you can barely see anything on the page, but as soon as we add water it will be like a colour party. And then I've also got a bit of lemon. And then what I may do is I've got my porcelain luscious powder, which I thought I'd sprinkle some of that on as well because it's white, but it's also got a bit of a pearlized effect. So hopefully it will just sort of add a little bit of a sheen. So I've just put all of that on, and let's see what happens when we spray it. Look at that. Lovely. So I've tried to go for sort of, now I actually there's lots of effects with brushes that you can do, but I do want the colours to blend a little bit. I don't particularly want the spars of colour. So I am going to put lots of water on and just let it move. Let it move and do its thing. Look at that. I just love it. I love the fact that it doesn't look like there's anything on the page, and then before you know it you've got an explosion of colour. I'm just going to let it, as I said, do its thing. And actually that porcelain being added has added a fabulous pearlized look to it. Now I'm going to have to grab my rag because I've got quite a lot of water there. So once we've got it down, we can add little bits of extra. So I'm going to add some more of the turquoise because it has gone quite green. That's because I did put quite a few yellows on, so I'm just going to introduce that blue to it again. Could do this for hours. Just sit and play, watch the colours. Okay, so let's just grab, I'm actually going to grab a journal and pick up some of that colour because I've got far too much of it, but we don't want to waste gorgeous brushes. So let's see, I've got my, let's just do this. I'll just pick up a little bit of it without wasting my gorgeous brushes. So now I've got a start of a fun background there, and I'm just going to pick up the edge of this a little bit. Okay, and then let's just blatter this with a heat gun. Okay, so I've pulled out a few bits and pieces. I've cut Tiffany out, and I've taken the Ollie Octopus, this stamp set here, Ollie Octopus, and I've got a little pebble stamp there. So I'm just going to build up some pebbles at the bottom of my page. It would be easier with an acrylic block that I can actually see through instead of this one that's got gesso and paint all over it. But hey ho, I'll flip it around as well so that we get a more, so I'm just going to create, as I said, a little pebble floor for her to stand on. I'm making this look so easy, aren't I? Right, let's just get a few of those across like so. So I'll colour those in a little moment. And then I was thinking I would use some of these grasses as well. So I'm just going to build up a little bit of a background. So for this one I'm using a Memento ink. This is bamboo leaves. So I'm just going to add to my background a little, just to add a little bit more interest to it. Yeah. Why I should be standing fully clothed at the bottom of the ocean, I don't know, but nothing else about this set makes sense, so let's roll with that, I say. Right, so we've got some of those grasses, and let me see, I think I would probably have her sitting like that a little bit, so let's add some bubbles. I'm using, this one I've got Bahama Blue, and I'm just going to add a few bubbles on the page as well, because why not? So I'll put a few of those, just dotting it around, and you see it's really easy to put together a quick and easy background with a few different stamps. So I am just going to grab some pens. A little bit of water on my brush, activating some brushes as I do that, that's okay. And then I've got some greys, different shades of grey, which I'm just going to put into the stones. So that's like a cool grey, and then we've got a warmer grey here as well. So I think I'm working on a Crafter's Companion stamping card. So I'm not trying to think about light theory and light source at all here. I'm just trying to, as I said, create an illusion of sort of the rocks on the floor. So I do colouring where I sit and think about all of those things, but not while I'm doing my journal like this. It's just giving a suggestion of it, an impression of it. So that's absolutely fine. Just to do that. And the reason I've put various colours in is that it's sort of naturally added shades and tones anyway, so the brain's quite comfortable with that. So there we go. So added a little bit of interest to the bottom part there, and then let's grab some, I very rarely use these as pens, it's funny. I'm going to add some extra bits of green to some of these bits. So again, I'm just colouring up one edge of it. We've got the green from the background, we've got the green from the stamped impression, so me just doing this will, and then if I grab my brush again and drag that across, again we've got the suggestion of different tones within that. So I always think trying to add different tones to things always makes a difference to your work. Everything in life will have a shadow, it will have a highlight and a mid-tone. So even if you can, you don't have to do complicated light theory, but these things do make a little bit of a difference. So that's how that's looking now, and I'm actually thinking what I'd quite like to do with the bubbles, if I can, is just to try and lift a bit of the colour. So I'm just going to use plain water. Now I've used a Memento ink, so it is going to bleed a little bit. I'm trying not to scream because there's currently a spider going across my desk, and I really don't like spiders. Currently hiding under a pile of papers over there. I've got my eye on it, but like, don't like spiders. Oh. Right. Now you'll suddenly, the rest of this video I'm going to sound totally on edge. Right, so I am just, and actually I don't mind the fact that it's bled because it's made that look a little bit watery, and I'm trying to brush the bubble underneath as much as possible because that's what's going to activate it enough for me to just lift it. And then, as I said, I've just lightened those bubbles a little bit. Okay, and then we will stick her down there. So, right, let's set out a frame. I don't know why I'm terrified of spiders. Has anyone else got silly phobias like that? Right, so I'm going to add a frame because it's going to just help me place and decide what I want to do. I've got some bits of lace and fabrics just beside me to add an extra detail to it if I wish. Okay, so I've got this. I'm not sure if I want to sort of scrunch and put that on. I had actually meant to, my stapler up here is broken and I keep meaning to take the one from downstairs. Let's see what we've got with the lace. Some bits and bobs. I don't like, maybe I do like that one actually. Actually, I do quite like that, but I want to add some colour. I want to bleed some colour onto it. So I'm going to try and stick it down first. And of course the glue's not working. It did this to me a lot in a live the other day. There we go. So let's get some glue on that. Don't often use lace on a journal page. There you go. I have today. So sorry for screaming in your ear earlier. Appreciate that's not overly pleasant. Now where did I put my Jane Davenports? Hopefully not too near the spider. Right. Just want to be able to control this a little bit. So I need it to stick down properly, I suppose. Let's get lots of glue. There we go. But say it's like watching paint dry, but it's actually like watching glue dry. It doesn't matter that I've gone over the bits that I've stamped, we can still see it, it's still poking through. And this is the thing with a journal page or a mixed media project, you just gradually build it. So I'm just wanting to add touches of colour to this lace so it's not quite so stark. I'm just going to get some of those blues and greens, and then I'm thinking that almost looks like a sort of seaweedy type thing. But yeah, I definitely didn't want it stark white, but I could see that it might be quite nice with a little bit of colour. I don't want to colour it all either, I think I want to maintain some of the white. So annoying, answered the phone there, and it was one of these people, we've been informed you've been in a car accident. It's like, yeah, I think we both know that's not true, eh? Right, let's add some more lace, because I think it does sort of add to that seaweedy type feel. I don't want to even, that's the problem I'm having. I can try and bend it right, so I'm going to add this. Oops. So I'm just building this up. I'm just basically finding some elements just to add a bit of extra detail and interest, but also it's what I would use to ground her. I'm going to actually pop that bit of lace behind that one because I prefer that one. And again, I'm just going to take away the starkness of that just by adding a little bit of colour to some of it. Let's get some yellow in there as well, just to tone it down. She says, and it's turned bright yellow. That's alright, because I'll just grab a bit of blue and then that's that toned right down straight away. So everything is a-okay. Right, so that is getting there. Actually wishing I'd gone for more blues, so let's see if we can add, this is going to go quite green for a while, but I'm just going to try and add more blues to it. Actually I'm going to go right across like that. Let's really create a very good grounded area. I'm still glad I did the stamping. We've kind of got the details of that, so it's still working. I think I'm going to chop that lace down in a bit, but for the minute this is working just fine. Okay, I've also got this, which I thought could be quite nice. I'm sorry for the twinkling in the camera, but I'm thinking bits of this could be quite nice too. Just sort of dotted in and amongst this. I think that could look quite pretty. Right, where's the end? Where's the end of this contraption? It's getting so warm up here, it's ridiculous. I've got to do a Facebook Live later today as well at 3 o'clock. It's going to be absolutely cooking in here. So, like, I'm looking forward to the Facebook Live, it's always really fun. But, yeah, I'm not particularly looking forward to cooking. So, as I said, it's warm enough as it is. So I'm probably going to have to stop filming in a little bit because I'm actually booked into a tour at the British Museum on Zoom. So yeah, looking forward to that, a bit different. Of course when I booked it, didn't realise it was going to be a gloriously sunny day today, but yeah, still be fun, it's only an hour. Okay, so I'm thinking something like that would be quite nice, so let's stick those down. I just saw a bit that I hadn't finished fussy cutting. So I'm just going to stick these bits down. I'm not overly bothered about having it sort of completely securely stuck down because I quite like the fact it's folding over and a bit loose. I think that's sort of adding to it a little bit. Oops. So we'll get that stuck down. Yes, I think this one will be getting finished a bit later. I was hoping to get it done this morning before the heat really built up in here, but yeah, I have faffed, and so it's no longer possible. But it's me, a bit over ambitious to expect it to be done. Now I've ended up with quite pinky bits, and there's quite a lot of blue and greeny bits as well, so let's do a bit more chopping so that we've got some variation in colour of this, because that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking, like, you know, when you've got the coral and stuff, you've got the variation in colour, and that's kind of what it reminded me of a little bit. Okay, and then we had a bit of green as well. I love this stuff. It's quite different. I think I bought this from the Works. It was like a £1 or something from the Works. But yeah, I quite like the way the page is building up. And then I'm thinking that I have got some cabochons, which could be quite good. So let's get her stuck down like so. I'm going to take a bit more, let's get some more of this stuff. I just feel it could do with coming down a little bit further. Keep losing the end. That's terrible. Maybe one last bit. See if it looks right. I'll know when it looks right. Yeah. Okay. And I'm just going to, as I said, grab a few. I think they're a bit too small. I'm going to just grab some cabochons. I'm going to have to look for the cabochons, but I'm needing to go downstairs now because I need to be getting ready for this tour. So I'm just going to stick her down, and we can leave it at that stage, and then I can find the bits and pieces that I'm looking for. I'll just get her, at least it'll give it time for those embellishments to sort of dry. It'd been good if I could have got the cabochons on as well, but I'm not quite. Trouble is, I've reorganised my craft room, which is great, but then sometimes you're like, what did I do with? But actually I've got loads of under the sea embellishments, so I might actually look all of those out and we'll just go bowling happy with it. But I'm liking the direction that we're going. I think we're getting there. The other thing I just thought I'd do before I head is, I'm liking this touch of pink now, but I would prefer it a bit further up the page as well. So I'm just activating my Jane Davenport paint here, and I'm just going to add some pink splashes just in this corner and just coming up at the top. I'm just going to twist my page because they're all going in one direction, and I think it looks better when there's a mixed direction. So I've ended up with quite big pink splatters, but I just think that actually brings it to life. Actually, I don't think it needs much more. Let's pop her down anyway, and let's see how we get on. So I'm just going to take the back of my 3D foam off. I'm really liking the colours that we've got there. So I may actually just leave it at that. And then we can call it done for today. So let's stick her down like so. There we go. Right, some of these bits are proving to be, I might have to go and grab my staples after all, I think. I can do that when I come back, so that's not a problem. Right. So yeah, we'll leave that as it is just now, and then I'm really liking it, really liking it, because it kind of looks underwater, but it also looks like it could be your garden, which I think is quite cool. So yeah, we'll leave it there for just now, and I'll be back in a moment when I know what I'm doing. Okay, so it's now late in the evening, and I've come back to this now. I'm just going to draw a doodly border around this, so let's just do some scribble, a little scribbly border. Just all of these things to frame it help to draw the eye in. It makes the eye look at what's going on in the centre of the page, and obviously if we're spending all this time creating artwork, that's what we want people to be doing, looking at what's going on inside the artwork. So let's just do that. And I also find as well that sometimes when I'm at this sort of finishing stage and I'm not quite sure what I'm wanting to do, that just helps to draw things in for me. Now I've got a whole load of like sea themed embellishments, which I'm thinking I'm thinking I could maybe tuck some of these little fish and things. Oh, I like that, that's cute. Tuck some of these little fish in amongst our little lace coral and bits and bobs that we've got going on. My page is still a bit bent, it's needing to sit under a pile of books. But it'll get there. Right, I'm liking that there. I'm actually thinking that I have got the word sea in a chippy, so I might just go and have a look for that now. And pop that up there, but I'm liking that, and I like the little fish sort of hiding it in amongst this sort of coral garden thing that we've created. I do like this actually. I'm really quite pleased with it because it does look like it could be the bottom of the ocean, but it does also look like it could be just a garden on a summer's day. So I am quite chuffed with how that has turned out. So I'm just going to add some of these little fishies in and loads of glue on that. Probably should pull out my gel medium. Oh, I've had a day with my gel medium today. Do you know, I chucked the entire pot on the floor. And then spent half the time sort of trying to pick it up and rescue bits of it. So now my gel medium probably has all sorts of like hair and carpet fluff and goodness knows what else in it. And who knows what I managed to destroy in the process. It's just been one of those days. The day has not gone as planned at all. Right, so I'm going to add some of these little charms and trinkets I got from the Craftbox UK when I was on their retreat last year. So I still had some of those left over. So that's where I've got those from. I'm thinking it's just adding a little bit of extra to this project, so I'm quite chuffed with that. Quite like the gems sort of like peeking out from things. Okay, now I've got, let me see, I quite like Stay Wild Ocean Child, but I'm thinking that I might almost do these a little bit like I would the Tim Holtz ones, and just stick loads of them on, because I just think that's going to be a bit lost. So let's have a few of them. And as I said, I've accidentally popped these on sticker paper, so that's turned out to be a little bit fortuitous. Right, I'm deliberately not cutting them straight because I can't get them straight, so let's just, actually that's overly squint. Can't cope with that. I'm not bothered about not having them straight, but yeah, that was a little bit much. Right, so see you at the beach and then maybe seize the day. I think they're all quite good. And then I'll just get a distress ink pad. So this isn't even good quality sticker paper, as I said, that I've accidentally printed it on the stuff that I print when I send your orders out, that I print the labels out on. So yeah, I'm not going to go and get my chippy actually. I think we'll make it work like this. Okay. So let's get some distress inks in an appropriate colour. Right, this is the first one that's come to hand, Broken China. I've just finished filming my Take 5, so I know my bigger brush is dirty. Actually worked out quite well on the Take 5 project because I was needing the colour that I came up with and it saved me having to mix it, but I don't particularly want a pinky purple one of these. Right, easier if I actually just put that onto a flat surface and did it. So let's just colour tint those a little bit. And it's going to be slightly different to the background because we didn't use distress oxides in the background, we used our brushes. So this is mixed media. You know, it's not a scary thing, it's just definition is different. I like to show this. This is my daughter's canvas, which I keep. She made this when she was 2. And this is mixed media. She's got acrylics, she's got crayons, we've got glue sticks, we've got wood, we've got raffia, we've got gems. It is lots of mediums put together, and yeah. So this is the first canvas she ever created, and she did it when she was 2. And I like to keep it and show it to people because when people get scared of mixed media, that is literally all it is. Just different mediums on the one project. So as soon as you've used 2 mediums, it's technically mixed media. Right, I'm just going to put all of that over my hand, which is not overly helpful. Right, now I'm going to grab my black pen and let's just edge these. And then I think we're going to be pretty close to being done, which is amazing. I've managed to do 2 videos today. This one was supposed to go up today, but I have a feeling it might not go up till Monday now because I need to edit the video that's going up tomorrow, and it's already quite late at night and it's absolutely cooking up here, so the less time I can spend up here filming the better. So I have been trying to recently put a video up every day, and I just don't think that's going to happen while the hot spell is on. I've got a few videos that I'm committed to, so I will various collabs and things, so I will be definitely doing those will be a priority, but other than that I might just have to wait till things cool down. To see my hand on the camera, I lent it into the distress oxide. So I'm now just sort of peeling this back. So we talk about the pros and cons of digital images. I know they're not everybody's favourite, and I totally get that, because if it comes to it, I have to say I like my stamps. And if I had a choice, I would probably go for stamps. But there are many advantages to digital stamps too, which is nice to bring both to the market. One is that you can resize, so she's nice and big and she totally fills my project, but I could also have her teeny tiny as well. And actually you can print them onto different papers as well, so just the same as you would with your stamps for different effects. You can print it onto your designer papers. This is me printed it onto a sticker sheet. You can print it onto watercolour, so you can print it onto lots of different things as well. So you know, it's only your imagination that limits you. They can be just as versatile, just in a different way. You can also heat emboss them if you get them quick enough. It depends on the type of printer you have and if you've got a fine enough embossing powder. But if you've got like an inkjet printer and you get the embossing powder on really quick, it coming off the printer, that you can sort of get that effect too. So you can do foiling. Emma used to be on my team a while ago, and she did a video where she foiled it. So she did it on a is it a laser printer with a toner, and then she was able to put foiling over that. So yeah, there's lots of varieties of things you can do with digital stamps. So that is my latest range. This is the first make with this, the Ocean Fashionistas. I do adore them, so I think I'll be doing a lot more. I'm sorry it's a bit late, but please do go and check out what all the other girls have done. I've already watched their videos and they are fabulous. And welcome to Angie, she's the new girl on our team, so delighted to have her, and her videos are amazing. She should be doing this for work because she is so clear. Not like me, I like waffle for Britain and all of this sort of stuff, but she's so good at explaining and she gives very clear tutorials and instructions, so she's absolutely fabulous. You need to go and check her out. And as always, the rest of my team have rocked it as well. There's a reason they're called the Dream Team. So anyway, enough waffling from me. I hope you've enjoyed it here today. Please do consider liking and subscribing, and I'll be back again very soon. Okay, take care then, and goodbye.